Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we celebrate the return of the king. Not Elvis, people. It's the King of Kentucky. My name is Kathy Cool. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with our special guest Darren McCrory, Jeff Andresi, and Katie Joyce.
Hey, gang, what's going on?
Hey, y'all. I didn't know if Steve was going to like my edit. Or...
Thank you very much. Yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah, that was good. I thought it was good. Yeah, the King of Kentucky, not the King of Rock. So yes, it's going to be a fun show today. We're going to be talking about this release. I've been at the teat of this King of Kentucky for a while. I did an unboxing video where I just opened the box that it was in. Then I did a video where we tasted it. Now we're going to do a podcast about this coming out and our excitement and enthusiasm for it. So we'll get to that though after the break. For right now, Darren said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
So hypothetically, if whiskey was to all be deleted from the Earth save file today, and so there was no more whiskey, what would be your drink of choice? Where are you going?
Tequila.
Why tequila?
I like that I can get flavor profiles on different kinds that you can see what it does with aging, similar to things I like about whiskey. And so I like that there's tequilas that I like that I can sip neat, but then also ones for mixing in cocktails. And so I think that's why I choose tequila.
Okay.
It's not too sweet. Rum used to be my choice, but now rum's gotten a bit sweet for me.
Okay, fair enough. Does this have to be alcohol, or this can be anything?
I mean,
I think I might just be off the alcohol. I'm just gonna be a water guy.
Yeah, you're going sober?
Yeah.
You're not even going to like soda or lemonade or tea or something. Water,
just water.
Plain water.
Just water.
Sorry, let's go like
ice water. Ice water.
So you'd give up beer too?
I'd have about as much beer as I have right now. I wouldn't up my beer game. I'd have the same amount, which is,
okay.
From time to time I have some beer. So people think I drink a lot of beer only because I post. Everyone knows exactly how many beers I drink because I post them online when I drink a beer. So, there's people like, do you even drink bourbon anymore? I'm like, yeah, because I drank 6 beers in the last 2 months. Yes. Okay.
I'm going to go with the rum. Yeah.
Rum.
I'm going to go with the rum.
Okay.
I like aged rum.
I like aged rum too. Yeah.
I think it's a great question because I think I've been drinking whiskey maybe 15, not quite 20 years. Mm-hmm. And before that, it was a lot of beer and it was a lot of wine.
Okay.
So I'd probably end up back there. Mostly red wine.
Yeah.
Red wine's a good choice.
I couldn't get into any of that stuff. I don't know. I'm just so much for the bourbon. For me, is also there's so much more to it than just the drink. It's the learning about it. It's the history, the education. I'm just not interested in the other spirits like I am American whiskey. So American whiskey it's a hobby that you certainly drink a lot of it, but
gin. I'm changing my answer.
Oh, gin.
Yeah, going to gin.
Really? Okay.
That was going to be my answer, and I was going to say, I'm going to say something unique, and because, granted, I don't love most of the gins I've had. I just think it's an interesting process of putting the botanicals in there, and because you still get some of the story. Because oftentimes the gin I'm buying is from a craft whiskey distillery. They have their gin, and I'll be like, I'll give that a try. But I can understand tequila. I agree. Rum is good in theory, but I couldn't drink rum, and also I don't care about where rum comes from as much. So I think gin would be my answer as well.
Gin. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, Steve.
What about absinthe?
Ooh,
that's kind of a cool one.
It's like spicy gin, like flavorful gin, right?
Gin. Sure. At least there's something there for me. There's a lot of history there. So, but nothing but pure old water for me. I'll just lay on the water. I'll have a water shop. Welcome to the ABV Water Shop. How can I help you?
Do you have marshmallow flavored water?
Yeah, we'll have the marshmallow flavored water. We'll have it all.
There is something about like the different mineral contents within water.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'll have a specialty store.
You can go down that line.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah, you guys will come in and see me. Katie will have a box of all the different waters I've ordered in. Yeah. And she's going to come by the shop any day now and pick it up. So, yeah, I'll load it up.
Keep telling us that.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. And
I had a thought for sure you'd be doing an iced tea shop afterwards. How much you love iced tea?
No, I hate iced tea. I famously hate iced tea to drink it, and I hate what it's doing to my financial situation. I mean, it's just wrecking it. I'd probably already be retired if I didn't have to buy all this iced tea that I have to buy. $5 a throw. Yeah. It's just another.
You let her have her iced tea.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I am, but I'm going to complain about it. I mean, she hasn't slowed down on the iced tea.
About everything, so that's nothing new.
She hasn't slowed down on the iced tea, despite my campaign against it. So yeah, I'm trying, but
it's free refills.
But it's $5. McNew math is now taken over. Anything that we get free after the fact is now free. It's $5 of that. There's no more. It's not any more refreshing than the water that I get, which is actually free. Yeah.
But so it's not actually $5 a pop, though. What you're saying, if with the refills, if she's actually drinking 3+ of them, because like I love iced tea at a restaurant. And I will down like 5 glasses of iced tea. So really it's $1 each. So that's not bad.
Yeah. On an average.
Yeah. Or if they got the water, it would be $0. And then you would still get the free refills. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
but someone has to pay for the free water. Nothing's free in the world, Steve.
And $5 is not $5 either. I mean, $5, then you add tax on there. You add tip on there.
Tip,
oh, yeah. It's not like I'm like, okay, I'm not going to tip or pay tax on that tea. No, I have to. Yeah, I do. So, yeah, I'm giving her a break by just saying $5. She probably doesn't want me to really do the math. And, yeah, a lot of people do bring up the iced tea. I don't have anybody on my side yet, but I'll just keep complaining. And
I was just saying, I think
maybe I'll get one other advocate with me if I keep talking about it. Yeah.
So does she buy the 20-ounce bottles when you're traveling?
No, she's weird about iced tea. Like she likes specific things. She always wants like fountain iced tea. She doesn't like the bottle stuff. She doesn't say she says it's not as
Agreed.
good. So
Agreed. I completely agree.
So Steve, just a little devil's advocate here. Don't you buy cans of water?
When I can afford it with my money, yes, I do. I don't spend the house money on that ever. No. Yeah. She's not buying it with her money, by the way. We both have our money. We get allowance or whatever you want to say. We have weekly money cash that we get, and yes. Yeah. Well, that's different than house money. Because
you know what? You go, Amy. You keep drinking that
tea. See, even though Kathy tries to make a point and it's wrong, she still says, "Oh, that's reiterated her point." Oh, that's just not right. It's not right. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. If you believe that she shouldn't be getting those iced teas, please reach out to me. We're going to put you on the list. You can do the King of Kentucky with me next year.
I think all you're going to get from me is Kate Upton related material, Steve.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of Kate Upton stuff from Jeff recently. Kate Upton, apparently she went to where there's no gravity at some point. So that was an interesting video he sent me. Yeah.
I might know the video you're talking about.
Yeah, that's a video. Yeah. So the best Kate Upton video ever, though, was when she did that Cat Daddy dance. So that really kind of launched Kate Upton into the stratosphere. So the Cat Daddy. All right. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Kathy.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to drink my...
Katie will be going last. She's still searching.
My sip of King of Kentucky.
Okay.
Out of the screw top bottle that was gifted to me.
It was generous.
Hey, you should sound more grateful. That's one of the best whiskeys ever made.
I'm going to go King of Kentucky as well. But screw top. Sample bottle. Media sample. So I'll go that. All right. Next up is Darren. He looks ready to go. Darren, what do you got?
Well, since Steve wasn't nice enough to give me a sample while I was standing there at the shop talking about podcasting on Sunday with him, don't let him think you forgot. I'm going to go with King of Alabama and have some Detling whiskey.
All right.
Nope.
Jeez. That's our lead. As sad as that is, that's our lead right now.
Just about popped himself in the nose when that.
I know. That was a terrible form there. All right. Katie looks ready to go, so we're going to have her go now. Looks like Knob Creek.
Yep. I couldn't decide, so I went alphabetical, what I had closest. Technically, that would be Kings County, but that's screw top, and I'm not willing to do that. So I have Knob Creek Post Derby Retox. We'll see how AirPods work on this again. Oh, God. Hold on.
I don't know what's happening.
Did it come through?
No,
nothing came through.
No.
Now, Darren has the lead.
I pulled a Swyatt.
Darren has the lead. Jeff, you're last but not least. What do you got there, man?
Well, I've got a 12-ounce can of Lipton iced tea with lemon. I've got some Old Jet Brothers finished in the Madeira wine barrel.
Okay, that's our winner right there. Jeff wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not sad about losing that. I deserve it.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
All right. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about the King of Kentucky. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. Well, go ahead, Danny. Is there something you need to say?
Just sitting there saying that plain and simple, if you're sending me to a text, you need to tell me you need to send it to me on a text. So
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are talking about this year's release of King of Kentucky.
Yes, we are. Kathy, what do we know about this one? You took all the research material.
I know, right? It's a Brown-Forman product.
Yep.
Because the Brown-Forman acquired the brand in 1936.
Yep.
So master distiller Chris Morris chose 2 lots of barrels that he set aside for this, and they come from 2007.
Okay.
So we've got a 16-year-old straight bourbon whiskey, a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. There's about 5,100 bottles out there, and it is tasty and delicious. I know that because we tasted it.
Yep. We're drinking it right now.
So it came from barrels that were produced between July 19th, 2007 and November 15, 2007.
Okay.
And they were housed in warehouses G&J at the Brown-Forman Distillery. So if you're ever out wandering around their private property, maybe keep an eye out for those.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
It's super tasty. The proof is 130.4.
And it will vary. It's got about a 10-point variance, 125 to 135. Because again, these are single barrel bottles, so yeah, your proof's going to vary. And but that's the proof of the one that we have that Kathy and I are drinking from the media sample. Yeah. And
so we figured ours was right in the middle of the road, right?
Yeah, makes sense that that's how they would, if they're going to send out a sample, put right in the heart of the thing. So yeah.
And if you're going to find it, you're going to find it in Kentucky, Alabama, California, Florida, Illinois, the metro New York area, Nevada, North Carolina, Ohio, Tennessee, and Texas for the retail price of $349.99.
Okay, $350. All right. What do you guys think about this one? King of Kentucky.
So I think, first off, King of Kentucky is fantastic whiskey. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. It is perfect. But I also think King of Kentucky is how every single distillery should do their limited release. It's some of their oldest stuff.
Yep.
Some of their highest proof.
Yep.
It's not easy to get, and they make you pay for it. Like, yeah, other distilleries have a great allocated thing that they do, but they aren't getting their full money's worth. Like, because then people will buy it and put it on the secondary market. And I'm sure King of Kentucky still doubles in value on the secondary market.
Sure.
But at least the distillery is getting some of their cut too. They held on to that barrel for 16 freaking years. And they deserve to make more than just an average bottle of bourbon on it. That is a lot of tax money. A lot of one thing that Kathy didn't say, the average barrel fill from this year's batch was 31% of the barrel was all that was in the barrel.
Yeah.
Of the 63 barrels or whatever. That's insane
average
to me.
So we know what an average means, right? Half of them are probably above that, half are below that. Yeah. So, yeah, you were talking about less than 31%, half of them. Ugh, man. Not a lot going on there. So, well.
And so I get people saying, oh, it's expensive. It is. It's $350. If that's not an expensive thing for you to spend on a bottle of bourbon, great, go buy one. But, like, it's a special thing for the distillery. And we think about how it's special to us all of the time. But it's special to the distillery too.
I agree. I do agree with the price on this one, and it would be a price I'm willing to pay. And I think almost anybody who is a true bourbon fan would be willing to pay that. If your local liquor store, one that you gave your business to, called and said, "Hey, I've got a King of Kentucky. By the way, it's going to be retail. What can we do? It's going to be $350." I don't think there's a person who listens to this show that'll be like, "I'm sorry, that's just too much." I think they'd buy it. So so to sit there and complain about the price. When you complain about the price, you don't buy it. I mean, I complain about the inflated prices of Blanton's, and I don't buy it. I ran into it for $90 this past week, and I was like, no, I'm not buying it for $90. It's not a $90 bourbon to me. Oh. So. But this, if it was $350, yes. Now, would I pay $2,000 for it? Because that's what the secondary says, or whatever the secondary number is. I don't even know. But if whatever it is, no. But would I pay $350? Yes, I would. The answer is yes.
So these were all single barrel.
Yes. Yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder how many barrels that they opened
weren't
worthy of bottling.
63.
63 barrels.
Okay.
I completely agree with Steve on the price part. So there's a new release of Widow Jane right now, Black Opal, that since I was in New York this weekend, I called the distillery and they did have them there, but it was $500 for the sale price. And I thought it through, but I decided that is too much.
Right.
The $350, I think that is a sweet spot for a truly premium.
Yeah.
whiskey.
I agree.
That is pretty much what I paid for my Middleton Very Rare Barry Crockett edition when I was in Ireland. And that is like the most expensive that I have and likely will spend on something that I know this is great and I'm going to love it. And it's going to be really special.
Katie, I think you're right, though. I think 350 is the number where super ultra bourbon fans like us, I think that's the high end of what we would automatically do if it was at 500. It's not. I mean, not to say I wouldn't even spend $500 on a bottle, but I really got to think about it. And there'd be plenty I would say no to. Whereas 350 is kind of that you can make the compelling case. And again, if we go back 8 years ago, that might have been $150. But things have changed and evolved, and the bourbon market's changed, and now our old 150 is probably now 350. But it is what it is. And again, if you're like, no, I'll never pay that, well then just don't pay it. You'll don't get this one. There's plenty of other good things you can get for less than that. So don't forget that.
I think
tracking. Oh, sorry, Jeff. You can go ahead.
No, go ahead, Katie.
I very much like that they tell you which warehouses it came from and the age of it, so that especially if you're able to try release to release of this, you can do the comparison.
Oh yeah.
Of the age and the warehouse, which that's part of the reason like I love Ocean Aged is taking the same mash bill and seeing how it can taste different in the different voyages. So the fact that they're giving you that much detail so that you can totally nerd out on it, I think is fantastic.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, I think a bottle at that price wouldn't be my shower bourbon. I think I might even use a...
He froze up on that note.
Well,
he's leaving on a high note. I think he got a laugh and he just shut it down.
He may even use everyone fill in on the ABV Network Facebook page what that he may use it for.
A Glencairn. I'd use a glass.
Oh, okay, you use a glass.
I'd use it. It's not going to be a bottle full.
Okay.
So, since I haven't actually tried King of Kentucky, I went to Google just to see what some notes would be, and I found this description on Reddit that I loved.
Okay.
It said, while other alcoholic beverages offered in the catalog are watered down horse piss, this bourbon is pure urine taken from the pedigreed stallions from the Appalachians. You're paying extra because you're paying for quality.
What in the AI wrote that?
You gotta love Reddit, man. Reddit is brutal, man.
Just let it buck.
Yeah, well, so that's cool. So there you go.
I don't think that person has tried it. I'm calling bullshit.
Probably hasn't, but yeah, it's really would be ahead of the game. I haven't seen anybody posting that they've got a bottle yet. I mean, Kathy and I have it only because it's media. It takes a while to roll out. So does anybody really have their hands on bottles yet? Have anybody seen a post of anybody with it? I haven't.
I know that October 3rd was like the day that you could start talking about it, right, Steve?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So I guess that they released some at at a distillery that day, right? At either Woodford or Old
Forester. You would think, yeah.
But I haven't seen any pictures, so that is weird.
Yeah, that is weird too. Where do they release King of Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just kind of assumed it was Old Forester that they would release it at because that's like where everyone waits in line, right? For everything.
Agreed.
Right. But
Was Missouri on the list?
No, it was not.
Not Missouri. Okay.
No. Illinois was on the list, which, that can be good for us, but I don't think it's any of that's making it down to Southern Illinois. I think that's all Chicago bound.
Chi-town.
Yeah.
We are going to be in Florida, aren't you, Steve?
I am going to be in Florida. I will be looking for it. I'll check it out while I'm down there.
I'm just shocked that Florida actually gets whiskey. Good whiskey.
They get a lot.
Well, it's always follow the money, right? There's a lot of money down there. People who've retired.
You go into a Florida grocery store and there's nothing. There's
right. Yeah. Well, you got to go into the right communities. It's probably
I guess so.
Into the
I'm probably going to the poor parts of Florida, but
right.
They want you at the restaurant.
Yeah, I doubt it's necessarily in the tourist areas. It's where, like I said, the wealthy people retire to. Probably
the villages.
The villages. It's all in the villages. Yeah.
It's a shame New Mexico wasn't on here. We could have
had Luke be on
with our friend Luke.
Right.
Yeah. He's got a great gig, doesn't he? For a guy who's into bourbon, and he has the relationships already because he's sells product, and then he just is a bourbon collector in general. So yeah, he pretty much gets everything these days. So good for him.
Nice.
Good for him. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the Bourbon Adventures.
Jeff.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and the Cigar Dojo, Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
All right, Katie.
You can find me happily at home since I have now made it home from the airport midway through this show. And then also you can find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
Kathy.
You can find me on Instagram at KKCastStrength.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's going to be abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We are online, abvbarrelshop.com. Kathy, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, just want to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. Helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.